Hi, and welcome to this video of Dynamics 365 Talk, where I'll be talking about the reference panel. The reference panel is a special type of section that can be used on a form, which allows users to view different types of information without the need to scroll up or down. Each control that's added to the reference panel will have its own tab, which can be clicked to access the data. Now, before we get into it, let me introduce myself. My name is Dion Taylor. You can take a look at my blog at d365goddess.com or follow me on Twitter at d365goddess. Now, let's get started. So the first thing I wanted to do is actually show you what that reference panel looks like. But before I do that, I also wanted to go over some of the items on the form. You can see here that before we had the reference panel, we could just go ahead and add grids to a form, right? So contact grids, opportunity grids. What this is really showing related data on a form. So we are currently on the account form, and you can see here that this contact grid is showing me all of the contacts that belong to this particular account. We can, underneath that, we can have additional grids like opportunities or orders or quotes or whatever we would like, right? And we also have the ability to put quick view forms on that main form as well, which shows us data related to a particular record that is in a lookup. For example, primary contact. If we wanted to show some related data on that form, we could do that by using a quick view form. Now, this is kind of where the reference panel comes in. With the reference panel, we're going to be able to show the same information that we had before, so these grids and these quick view forms, but we're going to be able to show those in one particular section, so to speak, right? So this is what we're looking at there. So we have here, if I click on here, this is a quick view form. If I click on here, we get an opportunities grid, opportunity subgrid. If I click on here, we can see orders, we can see cases, we can see some additional sub accounts, and again, that contact grid as well. So you can see that, first of all, it takes up a lot less space, right, than having to put all those grids on the form by itself. And then also it's very clean to use for the users, right, because they don't have to go scrolling up and down. Now, let's take a look at how we can configure that. So here is my account form, and let me actually show you how I got there. So I can actually go to entities, and then I can expand my account entity, and then I can click on forms, and then I can just go ahead and pick the form that I want to work on, right? So that's kind of what I did. Now, this is, as you can see, I already have the reference panel on here. Right? If you wanted to add a reference panel to a form, and keep in mind that you can only have one reference panel per form. This is how you do that. You go to insert. It's actually, like I said, a section type. And here you can just go ahead and click on that, and that will then drop onto your form. If you want to put controls into that reference panel, again, what you do is you click into that reference panel, and then you just pick a control, right? You can do a subgrid or a quick view form. So let's just go ahead and add a new quick view form. Now, it's very similar to adding these controls normally to a regular, right, section. The only difference is, as you can see, we need to put an icon for that tab that you just saw on the right-hand side. And what you can do is you can use an existing icon that's already in this in the system, right? Or you can just create your own. So that's actually what I'm going to do. As you can see here, I have some icons that I downloaded, and one of them is this contact icon. So we can add this as a web resource. So I'm just going to go ahead and collapse these entities, and here are my web resources. Let's just go ahead and add a new one. Just give it a name. It's my contact icon. I'm going to upload that icon. This is a PNG. And now I can save that and I can publish that so I can actually pick that as my tab icon. All right, let's go back to the form. And let's pick that contact icon. I can give this quick view form a name. Let's just call it that. And then just like we normally do, right, we pick our lookup field, which in this case is the primary contact, and we can select a form. Let's just see here. Let's do the recent cases and entitlements. I'm just going to click OK. Move it back up here. Make that the first one. And we can now go ahead and save that and publish that if we wanted to. So that's how you add a quick view form to the reference panel. If I wanted to go ahead and add a subgrid, again, make sure you're actually pointed inside of that reference panel and just click on subgrid. I'm actually going to show you the 1.5 for opportunities. Again, this setup is very similar to setting up a regular subgrid on a form. The only difference again is our icon, right? I'm actually using an existing icon here. Then you put in the name of that subgrid, right? You can put in a label and then you select your records, only related records, right? Through the relationship opportunities account and then my open opportunities. And that's how you can add some of these grids, right? As you can see on the form, it looks like one is under the next one, right? But you saw earlier that we're getting that nice tab, and then we can just go ahead and click on that to access those records. So let's just publish this real quick. And let's go back one more time. And here we see that preview form, that the quick view form, sorry, that I just added, right? I don't have any data, so there's nothing in here. But again, here are all of my items. So I hope you liked this video. If you do, feel free to give it a like. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.